I want to do a quick video just going over the effects of this drought that we're currently in and how compaction plays a role in that too. Um, right now with this drought we're under, I know it seems odd that we're 85 degrees, no humidity, beautiful day, but we're cart path only. But now's an opportunity for our membership and us to really be able to play a role in the preservation of our course and keep it in good shape and have it to where when we do get grass that it's ready to pop and ready to bounce back. So you'll notice how brown the grass is. So when we have tires on this, it's just continual compaction without rain. So another way we can play a role in the preservation is by limiting the amount of carts we take out. So we have groups of four, and there's four carts. Um, that's 16 tires. And I know it sounds odd, like when you're scattered, it's fine, but when there's 16 tires that are rounding right next to the path, getting back on the path near the green, that's where that compaction starts to take a really big hit. Because if you notice, and I'll actually point out on this video, we'll see how the rough changes near the path versus away from the path, especially up in those compacted areas near the greens. All right, I'm on hole 10. And this cart sign has been here for quite some time. So everybody scatters, they hit their shots, and they come down to the bottom, and the carts are going to round right next to it. And we're going to see a whole bunch of this. So right here, this is hard as a rock. Grass is starting to die. This is meant to be rough. This right here, again, this is hard to avoid, but right now it's pretty important that if we can keep these all four tires on the path, we can maybe preserve these. But if I take a step right to the side, this is the rough that we're seeing. This is full, this is lush, roots are deep, right? Right here, this is where carts are returning. So in this drought, this is going to happen way more. So if all four tires stay on the path, near the path, that's actually where the most compaction is going to happen, is near the path. So when you pull on the path and off of it, that's where this happens, because that's where the most compaction is. Okay, now I'm actually on hole 10 on the left side of the fairway. So again, carts are moving off towards the cart path this way. This rough is perfectly healthy. Again, this rough is this rough can hold up to this drought we're under, and carts aren't driving by here. But again, if we have 14 tires in each group on this rough, it starts to look like that. So again, we can minimize the amount of tires that are on the grass. We reduce the compaction, the roots can get deeper, and they can withstand a lot of the heat that we're under. It's another reason why right now, as much as it sucks, we are cart path only to try to preserve the golf course. Right now, if you go to another course across town or different places that's not cart path only, the golf course is starting to look like that, very, very brown. But again, if we can keep them on the path during this, we can preserve our course. So one other reason that it's important to keep carts on the path right now is something that's unique to us is our sprinkler system, our irrigation system. So right here, this is where the coupler connects in, and our sprinkler lines run down the middle of the fairway. So what that means is when that's hooked in, it's going to run in a circle, but its reach is very minimal. It's going to try to cover a decent radius, but it's not going to cover the rough, and it surely won't cover the path. So that compaction near the path, again, gets worse than anywhere else. So a lot of courses, there's sprinkler lines, and they'll run on the edges of the fairway, and they'll meet in the middle, but they're covering the rough too. So when our lines are being run, they're coming from the center of the fairway. They're not covering the rough and the compaction. So again, that's another unique situation for us that puts us in a little different position to have to stay on the path right now. But again, if we can do that in this drought, then we can keep it ready for rain. So we were in our first full season with our new white sand billy bunkers that were very expensive, with money donated by our membership, because this is a member-owned facility. We all have stake in this, and this is ours. I think it's time we start treating it like that. These bunkers cost a lot of money. This rake was already here. These footprints are already here. I just walked up here to try to find one. This subtle gesture of respect for the group behind you goes a long way. It goes a long way for the respect for the golfers, the respect and care for the golf course, and the respect for our maintenance crew and our superintendent. Again, a huge improvement in our bunkers. And I know before, when they weren't great, no one cared about taking care of them because they were more than frustrated about them. But now that we actually have something to be proud of with our sand bunkers, it's time we start taking care of them.